Slot Car News, sponsored by LEB Hobbies, your specialist in home and hobby slot car racing. Alrighty, folks, from the news desk at work, well, the video news desk anyway, we are jumping right into it with quite a bit of really interesting news. Not all of it cars this week. We are going to start off with, as I scroll down through the information here, Racetrack Scenics with a really very interesting building flat that they're coming out with. It's the Ferrari building from Maranello. Very iconic building for sure. And quite frankly, it's one of these things where as soon as you see it as a model, as a product ready to go, you think, yeah, duh, why not? It's a great idea. I'm really glad that they have done this. I mean, this isn't something personally that I would need, but it seems like such a no-brainer to add to what's available. I am sure they're going to get quite a few takers for this, especially since it's a flat, because you can use this in a diorama. If you're only collecting, which is fine again, you know. If you're just a collector, if you want to have a nice backdrop or background, whatever, for just kind of a shelf or on a track, naturally. But it really gives you a very interesting addition that you can put in your track for scenery. Awesome stuff. Very cool. Yeah, we are going to, something else I wanted to highlight. I had heard from LEB, quite frankly. I talk to them all the time, of course. They are saying that the white kits from Scaleauto, there were 3 of them that were basically just got to the US, I think, last week. And boy, howdy, are these things selling really, really well. We've already seen a number of people doing custom builds and repaints or whatever, maybe that were from overseas. Maybe I think they arrived a little earlier, but really great stuff. The kits, the Peugeot, the BMW, and the Cadillac kits have arrived, as you all know, and are selling very, very well. Great job, Scaleauto. Doing some awesome stuff this year. Also doing some awesome stuff this year, Policar, Slot It. They have 2 very exciting upcoming releases. Policar have another Formula One car, another red vintage Formula One car that will be released very, very soon. Because of possible licensing concerns, you may not see that in a massive distribution available here in the US. So if you see one for sale, buy it. It looks like an absolutely gorgeous car, of course. I mean, we all know what you get from Policar. You get really high quality, excellent running, and this car, I'm sure, is going to be no exception. There you go, coming soon, as well as Slot It with the Acura, the pink Acura that you see here, coming very soon as well. It may even be this coming week. Wowzers, what a beautiful car. I don't know why I do like me a pink car. And the photos on this car make it look absolutely exquisite. I'm sure it looks absolutely amazing in the flesh, in the plastic. We have, speaking of in the flesh, in the plastic, more 510s from Revo Slot that are just being shown today by our slot brother, Giacomo Grazioli. Wow, this trio from Revo of these 510s look just stunning. What else can you say? Bravo. I'm very excited to see these arrive here in the US. I do plan to get one at some point. Speaking of gorgeous Italian slot cars, this one a bit of a difference. We have an Alpha that's coming here from our good 3D printing folks at the Area 71, and some great stuff that you see here, some really amazing detail. This Alpha in real life was a car that I've kind of always wanted, notwithstanding any issues with Alpha's electronics, or electrical rather, but regardless, I mean, this looks like a beautiful slot car, and it's awesome to see them releasing this car. Scaleauto news again. I think we're going to wrap it up this week. Yes, that looks like the news this week. We do have a whole bunch of RS releases that they're showing that are being released shortly. There are 2 spikers, and I covered some of this last week, but there are more that have been added. 2 spikers, 2 NSXs, Mercedes SLS. There's at least 2 Audis here as well. These are all the RS series now. So there's, with Scaleauto, there's various stages, if you will, of build. There's the home series, there's the race series, and there's the RS series, which is kind of your no holds barred, all out, flat out racing car, slot racing car. And it makes it a little, I'm just going to say, it makes it a little difficult, I would say, for some dealers to kind of split this hair here about, what do they carry then? Do they carry just the RS? Do they carry just the racing? Do they carry just the home series? The racing series comes with a nice pod, inserts in the wheels, and also, but also plastic wheels, I believe, on the fronts. The RS series is, just full on. If they do they come with inserts? They do come with inserts, but but they come with metal wheels all the way around. It's meant to be, like I say, the all-out race version. What do you all think? Which is the most desirable? I mean, personally, the home racing series is frankly adequate for what I do now. It's not, I don't do competitive racing anymore. It's fine. I just do just kind of driving at home, just for the love of the enjoyment of the hobby. And the race series, I feel, is perfectly adequate for much of club racing. Now, obviously, the argument can be made that maybe you would need the full-on RS version to get the most out of each body. What do you all think? I'll throw it out to you guys. Is that all of the news as he checks down through his screenshots here of various things? I will be including another little, news, or another show news item, I guess you would say, from Carrera. They will be doing a show out on the West Coast. I don't know that it's in Los Angeles, I see here. It's the fall preview. I don't know that this is necessarily, this doesn't look like it's open to the public as such. It's a trade show. It's invite to this. I pulled this from LinkedIn. This is your official invite to the Ravel Carrera showroom at the LA Fall Preview trade show. I'm sure 2250 East Imperial Highway, Los Angeles, California, from the 9th to the 27th of September. That's a long trade show. So I think they'll probably be set up in booth space, and it's taken by appointments only. So yes, it's a trade show. Regardless, I figured it was worth mentioning here because Carrera's still out there as one of the biggest hobby, kind of all-around hobby companies, Carrera, Ravel. Well, guys, a funny thing happened on the way to that being the last of the news. It's not. And boy, howdy, you got to take notes. Prime example of the way you got to take notes. Five new ThunderSlot cars announced. 2 Lola T70s with the closed top, 1 open top Can-Am, and then 2 Elvas. Oh, baby. Those cars are coming later this year. You see photos of them here. These have been embargoed until Friday until today. Phenomenal stuff coming from ThunderSlot. I say it, and I say it, and I say it. We are just spoiled for excellent cars now in the hobby. Who would have thought this many Can-Am cars available? Classic cars, however you look at them, sports prototype. Just absolutely beautiful cars, beautifully running cars. Yeah, these cars are going to be coming a little later this year. It's great to see ThunderSlot doing some awesome stuff, keeping the ball rolling from month to month. And they're going to be having another smaller production run of their red 350s. There will be another run of those cars done, a small one, so they can kind of maybe flesh out some of the orders that had been maybe a little oversold because they sold out on the initial run of the red 350s. There you go, folks. Come back after the racing and show news, and I'll have something to talk about beyond all of this nonsense that I've already talked about. Actually, yes, come back because it's a special kind of promotion that a slot car company is offering. See you in a second. Okay, guys, so we don't need the computer for this one. I'm not going to get too in-depth into the details here, but just kind of an overview, as I understand it, for what SRC is doing. This is kind of an interesting thing, and I frankly don't know who it's aimed at. I may ask, and this is putting them on the spot, I may ask SRC if they would be willing to talk on camera about this, because it's so unique, shall we say. They are offering, basically it's an investment possibility that I believe is open to anybody who wants to invest in SRC. There are various levels, various tranches that you can invest in for as little as €2,000. You too can invest in SRC as a company. And it's a pretty interesting idea. But when you think about it, I don't really know if this is an investment I mean, it's an investment in theory for anybody, of course, but who would be able to get up to, I mean, even $2,000 is not an inconsequential amount of money for, I mean, frankly, anybody in this hobby. So I kind of don't understand who would this be aimed at? Is it aimed at distributors? Is it aimed at the dealer level? Is it aimed at clubs or individual hobbyists? Possibly celebrities? They have a Formula One, former Formula One ambassador that's a super fan, as they call it. I'll include the link to this program that they have, that SRC has. It's a very interesting thing that they're doing, and I'm not saying in any way that I'm against this. SRC make some of the highest quality cars from any way you look at it, from the detail point of view, meaning the finish on the car, to the racing qualities of the car are superb. The catalog isn't terribly deep with recent releases. They showed a photo that I'll show here of a whole range of cars, many of which haven't been in the market for many years. And most of the cars that we have gotten recently have been rally cars, and most of the cars here that are shown are not. So it's and this is a niggling little thing. This is not like a real really complaining about what they've released, because the cars that they have released have been just shatteringly beautiful and extremely good running cars. So it just feels like I'm not really sure where this is aimed and where it's going. Thinking about it from a marketing point of view, it's an interesting thing to offer to the public. But again, it's like, what are you telling the public by doing this, and who exactly is this aimed at? It would be interesting to know. What do you guys think about this? Is this something you would consider doing for, a piece of the company? You get dividends. There are a number of bonuses for different levels of investment that you can check out at the link. I'm not going to talk about all that here because I don't want to get it wrong, and then, I'd rather just direct you to their information. It's much cleaner. It's their information, so it's best shown by them, and I think that's great. Anyway, just an interesting thought about a company, a really kind of staple company now, staple in the market, meaning like one of those high tier, high quality companies, doing something different and innovative, and thought it was an interesting thing to talk about today after the news. There you go, folks. I hopefully will be able to do a live stream this coming Sunday. Probably do a little bit more with the recent cars that I've gotten, the Corvettes that I've gotten. Throw those cars out on the track a little more, do a little bit of driving with those cars, because they're such beautiful cars, and I figure they probably deserve another look, quite frankly. Yeah, thank you all very much for sticking around through all of this blah blah. Cheers. See you all again soon.